Welcome to episode 6, Cooking with Cucci. I have a guest here.
Cucci.
She is a co-worker of mine, and we are going to make her Nonna's lasagna. So we need
1 can of whole tomatoes, a can of tomato paste, a carrot, 2 stalks of celery, some garlic, 1 package of beef and 1 package of pork, salt,
tomato sauce, salt, pepper, oregano, sugar. We'll get into it as we go. Okay, 1 big block of Parmesan, some ricotta and mozzarella, and 2 optional eggs, some pepper. And this is for the bechamel. We need whole milk, some butter, some flour, I think that's paprika, and salt. So to start, for the meat sauce, we're gonna prep our veggies. So we're just gonna peel and very finely mince 1 large carrot,
Once you're done with that, you're going to do the same with the celery. And the onion too. Make sure they're minced nice and small.
So punch your garlic, mince it up, and turn your stove onto about medium.
Add some oil into your saucepan.
Let it heat up a little bit and get all those veggies in there. We're gonna sweat these off and get some color on them.
After about 2-3 minutes, you're gonna add in the meat, so beef and the pork. When you're stirring it all together, make sure you break up the meat. Get everything all mixed in there.
Cool. So now we're opening up our can of tomato paste, our can of whole tomatoes, and our jar of tomato sauce. And we're gonna go in with our whole tomatoes and crush them up a little bit as you mix them in. And once those are incorporated, we'll go in with our tomato sauce. Mix that all in. And lastly, our tomato paste. And just mix that until it is all incorporated.
As you can see, the sauce gets pretty thick, so what you're going to want to do is fill that can with water and add that right into your sauce too.
And once that's all mixed in, the lid goes on, and this is going to simmer for a long time. What would you say, about an hour and a half?
Hour and a half to 2 hours, and there's no time limit on that really. You can keep cooking it all day if you want.
So now we're just making the cheese layer. So this is grated mozzarella, grated Parmesan, and ricotta. And a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And just mix this up until it is all incorporated. And that can hang out in the fridge in the meantime. Now we are seasoning our meat sauce. So about a tablespoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. And the sugar helps to cut the acidity of all the tomatoes. Mix that in and back it goes simmering. Okay, so now we're just gonna get our pasta water to a boil. You're gonna wanna salt it, and we added some olive oil so the sheets don't stick to each other. And we are using fresh pasta here. And this is a nice loaf of bread that I baked this morning.
Daniel cut up a few slices for us so we could taste test our sauce.
Yeah. Which is just an excuse to eat some sauce, and it was amazing.
Daniel approved.
And we'll see if we get the Nisia seal of approval here. What would you say, Nisia?
Oh, it was pretty good.
All right, so now we are going in with our pasta sheets. We did 2 at a time, and since these are fresh sheets of pasta, this only took 2 minutes to cook. If you're using hard pasta sheets, just follow the directions on the label. So we strained them and laid them out on some parchment paper so they don't stick to each other while we get ready to assemble. So before that, we're gonna make our bechamel sauce, the last of the 3 sauces.
We made way too much of it, so follow this gently. We're gonna do about 1/3 of a cup of flour, a dash of nutmeg, and a dash of salt. You're gonna let that butter melt right down and add that mixture right in.
And this makes a classic roux. And then to this roux, we are gonna add 2 cups of milk. And we should have stopped there. We added 4, but you guys, when you make this, you'll stop at 2.
Make sure you whisk it right down as it's cooking the whole time.
Yeah.
And it'll thicken up.
Yeah. Simmer it, and yeah, it will thicken up. So now it's time to assemble. So on the very bottom of the pan, we go down with some meat sauce. And then our first layer of pasta.
Add another layer of meat sauce.
And we're gonna dollop in our cheese mixture in fast motion. And we're just cutting off the excess pasta there to fit our baking tray. Another layer of pasta, another layer of meat sauce.
This layer you're gonna add just the extra grated mozzarella, and same with the Parmesan. Add some bechamel in there. Spread it all over as even as you can.
We had lots to spare.
Another layer of pasta in there and some more meat sauce.
And the rest of our cheese mixture. And now this is the leftover prosciutto from episode 5, so we are using it up. Fit perfectly. And our last sheet of pasta.
Some more meat sauce for the top layer, and then you're gonna spread bechamel all over. You'll see we put a lot. And then we sprinkled the last of our mozzarella and the last of our Parmesan. And since we had so much bechamel to spare, we thought we'd add some more.
You can never have too much bechamel. Except when we make it. Okay, so you're going to want to set your oven to 375, and while that is preheating, just cover this up with tin foil, and as soon as the oven is done, it's ready to go in for about 55 minutes. And on the last 10 to 5 minutes, you want to take that tin foil off, get some color on that cheese, and even after that 5 minutes was up, I turned my broiler on high to really get the cheese bubbling.
And our best shot of the whole night.
Yeah.
Coming up here with
Look
the
at
bubbling
that.
cheese.
So good. At this point, we were so excited. We could not wait to eat this. And it's done. It looks so good.
We
I'm
were
just having
so
flashbacks
hungry.
right
Yeah.
now. So to plate it up, I cut a nice generous slice of my fresh baked bread. And you know I gotta get myself a corner piece. It wouldn't be the same otherwise.
And what's a slice of lasagna without a nice glass of vino? So pour it up.
And let's go in for a taste. Enjoy the fruits of our labor. This took so long, but it was so worth it. Oh man,
Yeah.
it was so good. And I really hope you guys try this. You'll make every Italian proud.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. That was episode 6, Cooking with Cucci. Stay tuned for next week.